Okay, I'm Japanese, born and raised in Japan, but this touchscreen in the toilet, it has a massage function. What's for? I still don't get it. And this is just one example. There are so many things about Japan that even Japanese people find weird. So today I'm sharing the things that confuse me the most about my own country. The first one is a boring gift culture. In Japan, there is a tradition of buying souvenirs for colleagues and friends when you go somewhere, even on a business trip. But actually, we spend a lot of time finding the perfect gift, but when giving it, we say things like, this is boring and small. I see it too. It's like kind of like modesty to not showing up. But let's be honest, why would you give me something boring? Right. So no one really wants a boring gift, and yet we expect a positive reaction when someone opens it. Well, welcome to Japanese culture full of contradictions. The next one is also extreme modesty. Well, in Japan, you are not supposed to say good things about your family, maybe your wife and husband or girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever. It's seen as showing off. So if someone says your son was nominated for the number one baseball player, the expected result is something like, oh yes, but the problem is that he has been in the field too long time and he's not studying enough, something like that. Mixing the irony and directing to the negative side so that you are hiding the positive emotion. Come on, we know you are proud. We all love our kids, aren't we? So Japanese people are master of humility. And even when I know they are being modest, I do naturally hear and accept their negative talk about their family members. The next thing is unlucky words and numbers in Japan. While there are certain words we avoid because they are considered unlucky, like cut or separate at a wedding. I guess your culture may also have it like that. We also avoid giving money in even numbers like 20,000 or 40,000 yen because they are easy to divide. So they might divide the couple. Then you would think 100,000 yen would be bad too, right? But it's actually not. That's fine because it's round number and contain the one, which makes it okay. So even numbers are bad unless they are round numbers with a 1 inside. But honestly, I don't get it. But I still follow the rule, because I am Japanese. Right, let's move on to something even weirder. But modesty, I already introduced many things, but respecting the environment, keeping the atmosphere calm, these are highly respected in Japanese culture, but somehow not on the train sometimes. Yes, we do keep quiet and volunteers are advised to, not chat loudly. However, something is strange happen in the evening. You will see many people sleeping on the train and some are even snoring. Some are terribly drunk and might puke. What is happening to all the modesty in Japan? Please tell me someone. Another strange observation on the train situation in Japan, it is often said that Japanese maintain more of their private physical space in between, but to respect others and to keep harmony between each other. We keep a certain distance, which can sometimes be taken as not so friendly. Well, especially if you are coming from big hugs and kissing cultures. On the other hand, Japanese trains are notorious for being super packed. The station staff are expected to push people into the carriage when the doors are closing. Where did the modesty and distancing culture go? Well, many things happen on train that contradict traditional Japanese culture norms. So now here's another culture mystery I still haven't solved. Well, punctuality, which is let's say the best culture in Japan. Many people praise Japan's punctuality. That is certainly true. We Japanese place great importance on punctuality. As I mentioned earlier, we make every effort to board the crowded morning trains to avoid being late. Why Japanese people put maximum effort into being on time. However, strangely enough, the topic of overtime work never seems to end. If we make such desperate effort to squeeze onto crowded trains in the morning to avoid being late, why don't we make the same effort to finish work on time? But of course, I understand that unexpected situations can arise at work by causing us to exceed the scheduled time. Still, when it comes to the end time of work, Japanese people are a bit too lax. Alright, so another weird habit many Japanese, even I do, is that apology culture, which is actually a good thing, maybe. When I was studying abroad in England, there was one thing I was warned about by my teacher. It was to stop saying "I'm sorry" all the time. You know, one of the words even tourists hear on a daily basis is "sumimasen," which is a super flexible word, which is a mix of like sorry and excuse me in Japanese. So when you bump into someone in Japan, you would say sorry or excuse me, but they also say to you sorry or excuse me, even if they are not the one to be blamed. So no matter who is to be blamed or not, the Japanese have a high tendency just to apologize here and there way too often. This seems to be a habit that I unconsciously engage in, like stemming from the mindset that we should not inconvenience others, I believe. Yeah, again, I believe it's a good thing, maybe for peace, but sometimes I wonder what I really apologize for. Alright, so the next one is Valentine's Day in Japan is very unique, and I must say very commercialized. You know, many Western people are surprised to hear how it works. So on the Valentine's Day, girls and ladies are purchased chocolates and it's an occasion to confess their love. And there is White Day, which is only in Japan on 14th March, 1 month after the confession of love. If the boys and men are happy today, they will return the chocolate to the ladies. But it's a very strange culture that was introduced by chocolate companies a while back. You know, nowadays this tradition has expanded to work colleagues and friends to appreciate their presents, which means many ladies are buying chocolates to distribute in the office or classroom, and then the men are also buying some a month later. You know, we Japanese are just like samurai in the Japan's chocolate industry. And here's another contradiction that still makes me pause. But this is very strange, but in Japan, attending classes or sitting at your office desk means a lot. But it shows your loyalty and your commitment. But when it becomes too much, people will still come to the office when they are terribly sick, which might cause issue for other people. When I was young, one of my friends came to school even though they had a fever. I'm not sure now, but at the end of the school year, he was awarded for perfect attendance. If you sit back and observe the situation, is it really a good thing? I believe no. However, somehow it is treated as a good action in Japan. But to be fair, it's very strange, and I hope it's already changed. So those were just some of the things I still don't really understand about Japan, even after all these years in Japan. And honestly, maybe I never will. But that's a part of what makes this country so interesting. So let me know in the comment what one thing about Japan that you find totally confusing or surprising, just weird. If you're curious about more things people already talk about when it comes to Japan, be sure to check out this video next. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time.